Now, we want to take you now to a tiny town on the San Mateo County coastline where they have good reason to be very concerned about tomorrow's storm. Pescadero is just south of Half Moon Bay, and its location near the end of Pescadero Creek makes it prone to flooding. The creek starts in the Santa Cruz Mountains at the edge of Castle Rock State Park, and then all of that storm runoff gets carried downstream. So locals know what needs to be done when there is a big storm. John Ramos spent the day with them as they got ready.
The entire town of Pescadero is gearing up for tomorrow's big rainstorm, but some who live here say many of the problems the community faces with flooding are actually man-made. Just past noon, Jose Calvillo was helping his dad lift a washer and dryer up onto boxes. The old washer was ruined on Saturday when the creek behind their home swelled up, flooding the house and depositing about 6 inches of sticky mud in the yard.
I think that whole town is just in like a flood zone, you know?
Pescadero sits at the very bottom of the San Mateo Mountains watershed, just a stone's throw from where it all washes into the ocean. But surrounded on 3 sides by hills, the town knows what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's going to be slammed. Are you kidding? They said 6 to 10 inches, which is a whole lot of water, and that'll drain off all the hills, and this is the only place it has to go.
Rob Skinner is on the town's advisory council and points out how Pescadero Creek is already clogging up with tree trunks washed down from the 2020 CZU burn scar. But he says some of the town's flooding problems are actually caused by mistakes in engineering. He says agricultural dikes built decades ago form barriers to the water flow.
It's trying to follow the route, but the volume is too big for it. So it needs to go straight out to the ocean.
And then there's Stage Road, the main street through the downtown. Skinner says it also causes flooding because traffic engineers made it too high when they replaced it about 15 years ago.
It's got a huge crown on it. So that, in essence, is a dike. So this side of Stage Road gets really hammered.
Now, businesses on both sides of the street have sandbags against their doors. And Cotton Skinner, Rob's wife, was removing a photo of her mother for safekeeping.
We're quite tense. And it's tense for the town because we've seen many floods, and this is going to be one of the biggest ones, I think.
At the local high school, residents were busy filling even more bags to try to protect their houses. And that's where we met Ramon Perez, collecting sandbags not just for his home, but for 3 other neighbors as well.
And I'm here, I help people too. By the time I'm here, I help people.
Does a time like this kind of bring out the best in people, you think?
Yes.
That's the kind of thing that happens in small towns like Pescadero. They don't get a lot of help from the outside world in times of trouble, so they've gotten pretty good at helping each other out.
Now, the town councilman there says in 2012 there was another flood that was so bad the entire town had to be evacuated to Half Moon Bay. That's about 15 miles away.